I live in Washington at the base of Mount Rainier. The part of Washington in particular is known for having strange disappearances and cold cases. It's easy to know why. The heavily wooded area is always around you. Unless you live in Seattle, the chances of you living next to or in a forested area are very good, but I digress. I've been living in Washington for about 10 years, but I spent my childhood in the Appalachian Mountains, so darkness, loneliness, and wildlife are nothing new to me. My best friend Johnny and I would go out hunting for buck, rabbit, and quail every year. I know the feeling of stalking my prey, sitting and listening, and watching. Still and silent, I would sit and observe for minutes to hours, waiting for the perfect shot. Hunting is in my blood. Before I moved to Washington, Johnny warned me about the mountain lions and bears and the strange occurrences along the mountain. He's visited there many times in search of something called Bell's Canyon. He heard it on a podcast, Mr. Ballin or something. So naturally, I took heed and listened to him. Fast forward to today. Where I live is very quiet. The hunting is nice and the views are beautiful, no matter the time of year. I love it out here. But recently, I've been having the sense that I'm not alone, that there are eyes on me. I'll grab my 12 gauge and walk my property line in the evenings just to make sure my fence was held up, and no unwanted wildlife had got in. I recently noticed some holes along my back fence. Not like a gopher hole, but kind of something burrowed underneath, like a dog trying to escape by going under a fence. It was then I noticed these holes that I felt the hairs on my neck stand straight up. I've been noticing more and more strange signs. The sound of something walking along the fence line, the heavy, guttural growls, the yips and howls all much louder. As I walked my property last night, I felt my hairs on my neck stand up. Shivers ran down my spine. My ears pricked up. My breathing slowed and steadied. Silence. Calm. Then I hear it. The rustling in the brush just outside my fence to my left. I snap the shotgun into my shoulder and take aim. The iron sights line up. My vision sharpens. My finger ready on the trigger. I look past my front sight and see it. The two beady red eyes and sharp teeth smiling silently at me. It's a small, sinister-looking thing. It slowly moves forward from the shadow, and the small, pale head looks like it was stitched back together. Its breathing goes louder. It sets back on its legs in a pouncing stance. I squeeze the trigger. The shot echoes through the trees. I hear the birds take flight, and I see the head drops, blood spilling out on the ground, bits of brain onto the tree. I leave the body where it is so the cops can see the scene. I go to my house and call. The dispatcher sends 2 officers to my house, and I take them back to the spot, only to find the thing is gone. No animal marks, no drag marks, no blood on the ground or on the tree. The officers look at me questioningly. They ask me if I'm okay, and then I look tired. My eyes look red. I assure them that I am, and I bid them good night. I don't know what I'll be seeing tonight, but for those of you who see this, it's dangerous out here, and don't go alone. You don't know what's seen you.